Hello, everybody. So, I have a question. Alright, I want to know if I was running for a Congress seat or a Senate seat or something local, I wonder what the odds of me getting elected would be. See, I know that they would ask, what are your qualifications? I don't have any. I was just wondering, right? Because it seems like you really don't need any qualifications to get elected now these days. You just have to either be for certain things or against certain things, right? But, you know, all my life, or at least my younger life, I was told I was going to be one of two things: a lawyer or a politician, because I had a way of communicating with people face to face, right? But, you know, obviously I didn't take that route because I'm a machine operator, right? Running machines are what I do. Um, you know, I've been a plasma oxy burning machine operator for, I don't know, roughly around 12 years, 11, maybe 13 years, right? Because I started in 2007. No, 2000, yeah, 2007. So I started in 2007, so that's 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so I'm almost at 13 years, right? But I've done all kinds of other work in between as well, like welding and overhead crane operating and stuff like that. So working in a shop is what I know, and that's what I've been doing. But I've always wondered, like, what if I was to run? What would it look like? How many people would support me? Um, you know, how much dirt how much dirt do they think they could find on me? All kinds of stuff, right? So I can tell you though is that I have no ties with anybody in politics. I don't have a very big um, criminal record or anything, right? I mean, I did get in trouble as a juvenile and a little bit as an adult, but just barely starting off into my adulthood. But and it's probably because of my upbringing, my background, things I was into. But I was just thinking, like, how funny it would be to be elected, right? And I started to think about it, and I was like, well, why wouldn't I try? I mean, because I'd rather run than to see another Democrat get elected, right? Because I just don't like their policies and what they try to push. Now, since I don't have any experience, obviously I know that I can't get elected because I don't have any experience. I don't have any business background. I don't have like all this other stuff that you would need to do those kind of things. But I always find it very interesting, or at least the idea. Now, I guess I could probably learn how to do it, but you know, since I'm not in it and I don't know nothing about it, I'd have to find the time to learn that kind of stuff. But I just find it funny because you think about it, AOC was a waitress, right? And she got elected. I know that they said she had a business and that failed, and supposedly she's into some money issues with that as well. But and look at that one chick. one of the chicks from the squad that's not born here, right? You know, she got elected here with relatively no experience and stuff like that. So I just find it very funny that these people were able to get in knowing nothing about their role. But see, I want to get in and push some policies for, you know, helping men out, or, you know, some common sense laws, like things that would make sense, right? You know, protect the Second Amendment, work with whoever's in office, that kind of stuff. Because there's so much of that fighting against each other mentality. But I understand that as long as Democrats get elected in, that's just something that happens, that, you know, they're not going to want to play ball with Republicans and stuff like that. Now, is it just a dream? Possibly, right? You know, to run for an office seat or something like that. And I should probably try something locally if I really wanted to get into it and work my way up. But because of name recognition, I probably chopped that up, sorry. But, you know, it was just something that always interested me. But I never really thought that I could do it. And that's probably, I'm not going to say probably, that's all my fault. I really honestly don't think that I'm smart enough as far as like the next man beside me, because I do have issues with reading and writing, and who wants somebody in office who has issues with reading and writing, right? I don't want nobody in office stupid. But at the same time, the laws that they push and the concepts that they have and the various different things, even though they went to college, I feel like they're stupid. Right? How many times have we called somebody who has a college education and has all these different things stupid because of their actions and their mindset and their policies? See, I've always thought that you had to be a certain skill level to get in there. Now, I know that if you get into certain spots, you can hire people to do certain things for you, right? Which would be pretty cool, because if I got in, I'd be like, hey, I need some people to help me out, and I'd get them to work with me and stuff like that, right? But like I said, I'm probably just a dreamer. I've always found it very interesting. I just never really followed it though, because as I was growing up, I was always under the impression that no matter who gets elected, it's always going to be the same. Politics is just a game for the rich. You know, rich people keep other rich people in office. They always help out their family, so it's like a long time thing. Like if your family wasn't in politics, then then their family would always stay in politics, right? It would just trickle down generation after generation. You know, people like me don't get in those kind of spots, in those positions. Now, I know that somebody did elect some Hispanic dude down here in Texas for office, and you know, I don't know much about him, but you know, I just find it a very interesting topic, right? What am I willing to learn and do if I ever really wanted to get into politics? Do I have the face for politics? Do I have the mindset and the ideas for politics? But when I look at it, And I think about the stuff that goes on in there, and I'm just going, man, I wish I could get in there. Wish I can get in there and change a few things. You know, stop all these stupid laws that they keep making that benefit really no one. They have laws that really benefit no one at all. It's like laws that they just pass to pass the time, right? Like if they don't have any certain types of things, they're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna pass this law because fuck it, we got nothing else to do. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like fillers. But I seen that we have 13 Democrats in office in Texas in Congress, right? What if I could have took one? What if I could take one of their spots? That'd be cool. I think the person who has a spot where I stay is Sylvia Garcia. I don't know much about her. But I do believe she is a Democrat. But I don't know how well she works with others. I don't know. What if I could take her spot? That'd be cool. Or, you know, maybe some other spot. I don't know. I just play with the idea in my mind, like, what if? I joke around with my kids. I'm like, yeah, whenever Trump leaves, I'm going to run for president. Right? Whenever he gets out of office. So, like in 2024, I'll run for office. Right? Like I said, I joke around myself. You know, I joke around with people that I know. And I always think about... was that that movie where they were like was it Pablo? It was something for president. I forgot what the name of the movie was called, but we would joke around about that as well. And then we would run around talking about Jose for president, Jose for Congress, Jose for office or something, right? If someone saw this video and they were like, you know what, that guy could run, right? Even without having the experience of these other people that are in office, man, I'd hear that out and entertain it, because I think that would be cool. Now, obviously, I can't run because I would have to quit my job and focus 100% of my time and effort into it in order to be successful, right? But that'd be weird to quit my job just to run, you know. But you have to get out there. People have to know who you are, that kind of stuff. So I found that pretty funny. Now, I was looking at some stuff and I seen that now we're up to our third squad member with finance issues where they were paying people out of their campaign financing, right? Or dealing with people like that. See, like, well, we got AOC. She's been accused of it, which I think she did some shady stuff, especially her manager, who was her campaign manager. Was it Presley? She's in some stuff now because apparently, like, was it Presley? I think it was. And then Omar, right? And she's into some stuff, right? Because she was paying, Omar was paying one of her staff members or whatever out of the campaign money, but she's screwing him, so that's shady. AOC was paying her campaign manager a certain amount to keep some certain records off for the books or something like that. And then she was getting money from some dark area or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how that all works. And then another one, and with the other one, she took money to pay to herself, pay herself a salary because she quit her job, and she said because she was a single mom and everything, and she needed money, and that's still shady too, right? But I don't know what you do with your campaign money. Like after like you pay for all your campaign stuff, what do you do with the remaining amount? Like, do you use that for like if you're gonna run again, or what happens to that money? I was always wondering that. But during the campaign, I know that you're supposed to spend all the whatever you spend for your campaign. You have to like report it. But it's just crazy because, like I said, some of these people, they came out of the blue. They didn't have any past experience with politics. Then they get elected, and now look, they're having issues with campaign issues, with finances and stuff like that, and their spending and stuff. I would like to see all of them get out of office. The squad, a lot of the Democrats, some of these longtime Democrats and stuff like that. What is that? There's a bunch of them that I would like to get out of office. It's been there for a long time as well. But I was just doing this video because I wanted to play with the idea of me becoming a congressman or something like that, right? You know, that idea has always fascinated me. But the reason why I didn't pursue it when I was younger is, like I said, I didn't really think that I had what it takes. And because people like me, I always thought people like me will never grow to that point, right? That's only for people who's already been doing that kind of stuff, whose family's been in that stuff, right? Even though my teachers used to tell me at a young age that I could do that kind of stuff, but I didn't believe it, and that's my own fault. But I mean, I was just wondering what would be y'all's opinion on it. You know, what would y'all think about it? So if you could leave a comment letting me know what you think. If I didn't have any experience to become a congressman, would you vote me in? Would you let me run your area not having any experience? Would you trust me enough to be honest with you about my lack of knowledge, my lack of experience, but my willingness to learn and to do stuff for y'all? Now, like I say, it could become a possibility. I could turn left and learn how to do all this stuff and become a congressman, or I can stay right where I'm at and keep on the path that I'm on. But the only problem about the path that I'm on is I'm just a worker, right? When the market is up, we make a lot of money in hours worked and wages and stuff like that. And when the market is down, companies tend to let us go. You know, I have been laid off. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to say I've been laid off 6 times since 2008. Right? I've only changed jobs willingly 1 time since then, because I seen an opportunity to make more, and that's what I did, right? But everywhere I go, it's going to be the same thing though. It's a gamble on if you're going to have the work or not. See, I connect well with people face to face, and this doing the YouTube stuff is a little new to me, and I try to gather my thoughts to have this conversation with people that I can't see, have this conversation with myself as well. I enjoy the idea. Could I ever do it? Maybe. Someday. One day. I don't know. Maybe never. But the idea will probably always be there. Because why would they keep telling me this when I was younger if they didn't think I could do it? But I guess when you grow up the way I grew up, you didn't really think that you could ever be something like that. I have a hard time thinking I can be anything better than more than just a worker. Because I don't have the education that other people have. Because I don't have the knowledge that they have. But everyone would say, go out and figure out the knowledge that you need, right? Go to school, learn it, whatever you want to do, right? But my hardest problem that I've had is that I never knew what I wanted to do. I just always been moving forward with whatever's in front of me, right? So it kind of makes things a little difficult. Now, I can go to school and learn politics and all that other stuff, and within 10 years I could become a politician or something, right? But that would mean that I'd have to invest in that concept. And what if, like, I change my mind like halfway through, right? Then I'm out whatever I put in. You know, people's minds change all the time, and I'm no different. You know, so I was just doing this video to play with the idea, right? So hit me up. If you can, leave me a like, just because. Or, you know, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you want to have a conversation with me about it, or if you just want to leave a comment, that's cool. If you made it this far, I appreciate it as well. I'm trying to get my viewership longer, as far as entertaining y'all and stuff like that. So with all that being said, I just want to tell y'all all, have a nice day, have a great night, whatever you do. I hope it works out for you, and I appreciate you stopping by and helping me grow, right? So thank y'all, and y'all have a good day.